Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances that are usually very good value for money. They're usually on the radar, not many people mention them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So today I have the update for the latest Zara, and this is Zara Intense Vibrant Leather, the version 2022. There are two versions of this. There is a 2020, not to be mistaken with this. That one is a clear bottle. It's not like this. This one is the 2022 version, and it is very different from the other one. So, as I said, this is Eau de Perfume. This is 100 ml and classified woody oriental. This one is. It reminds me of few fragrances, but it's not a copy of any of them. I don't think intentionally he wanted to copy of any of this, because the perfumer for this is Jerome Epinay, and if you go to Fragrantica and you look at his name, he's got a very extensive resume there. It's just endless. He's done so many perfumes for Barbados perfumery, which are niche. He's done many Atelier cologne, which are niche again, and his resume is very extensive. So he's got very impressive resume. Some of those fragrances are very famous, especially from the Barbados and the Atelier cologne. He's done many others from other brands, like maybe Dolce Gabbana and other brands as well. Sorry, I got a bit of cold. So he's quite a well-known perfumer. He's young, but he's doing a good job, and also he's up and coming perfumer. So that's why when you smell it, you smell quality in here, because the structure of perfume is done very well, and that is one of the impressive side of this. For £26 you're getting very well structured and well put together and well mixed perfume. That's first thing. Second thing is, this perfume performs better than other Zara's. In most of Zara's you buy maybe 3-4 hours maximum. They don't last that long. There are some exceptions to the rules from time to time, and this is one of them. This lasted on me around 6 to 8 hours on the skin. If you put on t-shirt, it goes up to 10 hours, which is for Zara, that is very good. That's quite impressive. In terms of projection, is a moderate projector, is not a big projector. I would say about an hour or two of moderate, maybe half an arm length projection, and after that slowly subside. So it's not a big projector, but it is a moderate, which is not bad. In terms of the application, this is any age, anytime, anywhere. It's very versatile in that term. So it could be formal, informal, it could be day, it could be night, it could be anywhere, any age, any time, so any season. So it's very versatile. The only thing is, in the cooler weather you need to go more, and in in warmer weather you need to go less. So this could be applied anytime. Okay. In terms of the smell itself, it reminds me of few fragrances, but it's not a copy of those. So what I'm mentioning here, I just want you to put in the right direction to know, okay, what does it smell like? Okay, so no matter how much I explain it to you, you won't convey the message in terms of olfactory smell, but you put your mind what direction is going. Okay, so first thing first, because it's a intense vibrant leather, there is a DNA of the original vibrant leather in here, which was the copy of Creed Aventus. The DNA is still in here, but is much toned down. So I would say about maybe 30 to 40% DNA of Creed Aventus or vibrant leather still here. So that's first thing. Second thing, it reminds me of Toy Boy by Moschino to some extent again, but maybe 30-40% because of the rose and the patchouli in here. It's quite similar, but this one is toned down. The rose is much toned down in here. And also it reminds me of Boss Descent, the Eau de Perfume. So that one opens up very fizzy, very orangey, very woody. So this one's got a very similar opening to Boss Descent, Eau de Toilette and Eau de Perfume, but not many flankers after that they came out. Okay, so it's got some aspect of that, but maybe 30-40% of aspect of Boss bottle for him Descent. And also it reminds me some extent of the newer release by Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privee. So this is in the newer version of their Gentleman line. Came out about a few months ago, and it's very popular right now. It reminds me of that one without the iris note. So if you imagine that one, just take the iris note out. The rest is very similar to this. So the dry down of that, it reminds me very much of this one, or this one reminds me very much of that one, the Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privee. Okay, so I don't think intentionally he wanted to do that, but because he put this perfume together, he just bits and piece of it reminds me of different things, which I'm telling you because I want you to put you in the right direction. What does it smell like? Overall, very impressive. I like it very much. I highly recommend it, especially for £26 in the United Kingdom. The other places are similar prices, and it's a good perfumer, but not an excellent perfumer. Projection is moderate, not excellent again, but overall for the price is very good, and I highly recommend it. So it opens up very fizzy orange almost. There is bergamot and lemon in here mixed up together, plus the Sichuan pepper, giving it that orangey fizzy feel. It's like almost like Tango, you know, the drink Tango, fizzy drink, almost like that. When you open it and drink it, it smells very similar to opening of this fragrance, and that opening stays there for a bit, you know, for like 30 minutes or so, and then it goes to the heart, which is dominated by florals. There's rose in here, there's geranium in here, but the rose and the geranium are not big. Okay, so you can feel them, but they are in the background, so they never come full front. They're not big players in here. The biggest player in here are the woods, especially the sandalwood, especially patchouli, and also there's oud in here. I don't get that much oud. It's just a tiny tinge of it. You get some tinge of greenness as well, like a leafy feel, which again, I think it's come from the combination of patchouli and also, let me read you the ingredients and I will tell you exactly. So so it says here, so the pyramid. Okay, so it's a woody Eau de Perfume, and the pyramid notes are bergamot and lemon, as I said, black pepper, yes. Black pepper and the Sichuan pepper, pink pepper, it gives, you know, that fizzy, spicy feel, and plus that bergamot and the lemon combination, it giving it that zesty feel. But together, it's like an orange fizzy, zesty feel. Okay, and then when it goes to the heart, we have LME. Yes, there's some resins feel to it. It's a little bit on the dark side, not much. It opens quite bright and almost fresh, and then slowly gets darker and darker by the time goes on. So if I would say from mid to the end of this fragrance is becoming darker and darker. So the other players like oud, as I said, there's not much oud in here. It's very small amount, if there is any. I don't detect that much anyway, at least on my skin, my nose. Patchouli, yes. Tobacco, that tobacco giving it that leafy green feel. The tobacco in here is not a typical sweet tobacco, it's a leafy tobacco. So it gives it a green tinge, it gives it a herbal feel to it. And also the leather, yes, the leather is quite prominent in here. From almost the beginning to the end, you always feel some leathery aspect. But again, the leather is not so huge that it overpowers everything else. It's just always there and you feel it, and it gives in it that little bit of darkness as well. The LME and geranium and bamboo. So there's a bamboo note. I don't get that much bamboo in here. It's usually bamboo giving it that watery, like a green watery feel to it. Although there is some green tinge to it and green feel to it and also leafy feel to it. But I don't get that much bamboo. But it says there is a bamboo in here, so on your skin, by your nose, you could detect bamboo. But my nose and my skin, it doesn't. I almost don't get that much bamboo. So overall, it's quite impressive. Overall, it's quite nice. Overall, it's very modern. It's very up to date. This is a very trendy feel to it as well. The only thing is missing in here, which makes it very trendy, is the vanilla. Although it's quite sweet, but it doesn't go that realm of tonka or sweetness of the vanilla. So sweetness, I would say between 0 to 10, 10 being the sweetest. This is around 5, so it's a medium sweetness. Yeah, it never goes beyond that, you know what I mean? So it's got a tinge of sweetness again. Overall, it's not a sweet fragrance. It's mainly it's woody and earthy fragrance. So woody, earthy, little bit of resin feel to it, and also little bit of darkness. And this one is very very good for going out. If you know, as I said, because it's quite modern. The only problem is it doesn't project that much. Okay, it's quite subdued and it's moderate. So if you over apply it, it might go, you know, more projection. But I've put 5, and with 5 it always was very close to me, so my wife had to come close to me to smell it. She wouldn't smell it from distance. So in that term, it's quite moderate, it's quite subdued, but the longevity is quite good, especially for £26 for Zara. 6 to 8 hours, plus if you put on t-shirt it goes up to 10 hours. That's not bad, and that is good for Zara. As I said, most of their fragrances, they don't perform more than 3 or 4 hours. So overall, I highly recommend it if you like what I described. If you like those fragrances that I mentioned, some aspect of them in here. It's not a copy of any of those, so don't get me wrong. Don't go and say, oh, this is exactly the same copy of that one and I'm going to buy it. No, it's got elements of the ones I mentioned in here, and reminds me, myself, my nose, my skin, of those ones to some extent. Okay, but overall it's very good. It's very modern, as I said. It's very very up to date, and it's very uplifting. It's very inviting. It's very quite sexy. My wife says smells very very good, so she liked it, and she said it's very spicy to her nose, and I agree with it. It's quite spicy because of that pepper, and also I get a little bit of a tinge of booziness. I don't know where that come from, but again, it's not a big play. It's just a tinge of it. Sometimes you get a hint of cinnamon as well, but I'm not sure if the cinnamon chord is in here as well. But it gives you that feel of cinnamony, that orangey. It's like almost orange cinnamon cake, especially in the beginning to mid. So overall, very good. I very like it, and I really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it, as I said, if you like the description of it. Okay guys, thank you very much for joining me. If you know it, if you have it, if you tried it, let other people know. That would be good to read your experience. If you want to support me, you know what to do. Press those buttons. It won't cost you anything, but this way you encourage me, you give me motivation, and you basically support me to do videos like this in future. If you want to buy one of my own fragrances, they are out of this world. The only thing is you need to live in the United Kingdom to be able to purchase them, and they are massive fragrances, very artistic. Okay, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you later. Bye bye bye.